Hi, it's your girl host, isn't it? And you're listening to the Self Apology Podcast. Today I have my cousin here with me.
Hi. Hi, my name is Amaka Okechukwu. I'm a cousin. I'm so happy to be on Self Apology Podcast for today.
So what do you do? Are you going to just introduce yourself as my cousin?
I'm a singer, songwriter, and a composer. So you could just say, oh, she's an artist.
Yeah. So my family we're quite creative, but let's not
go
deviate
there.
from today's topic. So today we'll be talking about trauma, and as always, I would always have to link it to a page from my book. So I'm linking it from page 72 of my book, and it goes like this. Play with the keys on the piano, create beautiful sounds to replace your wails, like black ink in clear water. If the mind had eyes, they will be bloodshot. I'm holding my head, hoping the external suits the internal. Can you forgive for my shortcomings? You should feel it right this time. Trauma trigger ghastly emotion. Ghastly, isn't it? How can we be one again, stable and sound? This spoken words job is not easy, but exactly. But I'm sure I was able to pass what I was trying to pass across. So, yeah.
Trauma. Like when you said we were going to be talking about trauma, I think that is one of the things. If I were to give a statistics, at least 3 out of 10 people go through it, and it always comes from incidents or things that have really happened to you that you can't really let go of. So they just go and stick in a place in your mind. And then let me just give a quick example. You have somebody you've been with. You understand things don't work out, but because of so much energy, effort, and material you put into that relationship, it feels like you're okay. Towards the end of the day, you get, oh, I'm fine, I'm good without him, all life goes on. Till somebody else comes, and you just realize that you're inflicting pain based on the trauma you got from the last one. Everything that comes now comes from what happened before. There is no fresh page. There's no fresh start because it wasn't dealt with. So you are traumatized. You understand? Now it's worse if you get into a relationship with somebody that was maybe like that person, and then certain things they do trigger you. It just sets you off. Like if he walks in home late, you're like, Femi used to walk in home late too. You get? So it's at the corner somewhere. It's not unleashed. You don't live an everyday traumatized life. No. It's just something that triggers it. Something sets it off. Something sets you off. So yeah, trauma is something we always deal with. And it's something we have to first of all come to terms with. That happens. Some people don't just believe that it does.
Okay, so outside a relationship, because my own trauma, trust issues, yes. Because my own trust issues, but I won't say my own trust issues started first from relationships, because I think, or I know, let me not say I think, I
think your own was from friendships.
Not even friendships, from mommy and daddy.
Family, yes.
Yes, that started
deep.
That one started first from there, and then friends, and then relationships. But I was just saying, because it felt like you were talking about trauma more from a relationship. So now today we have to, because this is the podcast is we share, and then we share how we cope. We share how we try to heal. So when it comes to trauma, when I was saying in my book here, I'm just I was trying to figuratively give instances whereby you actually channel those negative feelings into. So how do you cope with yours? Because I don't know if you're comfortable saying the kind of traumas you go with, but how do you cope?
Sure.
How do you cope with yours?
I think one of the experiences I'm going to share from my place of privacy.
Hey, thank God for this podcast.
So yeah, I'm not a person that is used to female relationships, female friendships. So when I finally felt like, oh, I found the one, when a guy says I found the one, so I'm like, oh, I found the one, the one I can. And they always come with, you can be vulnerable, share with, don't worry, tell me everything. I'm like, okay. So I'm telling you even my saddest moments, and it feels like bugging, but because you say, oh, open up to me, I would be here to listen. So I do that. I know how girls can be, right? So we're going on strong, a year plus. We're still friends, and I'm so excited about it. And then next thing, boom, we just have one quarter, not two, just one. And for me, thinking about it right now, it was really just a flimsy situation. But because we couldn't handle it then, it scarred me. You understand? And it scarred me because everything I ever shared was in the open.
Oh.
And I wasn't hearing it from one person. If I go here, I hear it. If I go here, I hear it. Some people even call my phones just to ask me, so you. Now, wow. Things like that, you get. So I was hearing it like those tiny whispers you hear, those demons you hear. You did this. You're not ashamed. The shame. You could tell them to care. Things like that. You understand? And then I just swore on my lifespan that I was never going to get involved with any female. So every female I saw as an unworthy person. I saw as somebody that could never be trusted. I see you as someone that would damage somebody's life. So I don't give you space. I don't even want to know who you are. I label you. Do you understand? But then I had to come across, and I realized that even in my workspace, there are females. And these females are people that don't really have that. I had to come to terms with the fact that not everybody is like that. Because first, I had to say to myself, are you like that? You understand? And I answered the question, I'm not like that. So I can't be the only one in the world who is not like that. What do? I have to find people that are just like me. People that are trustworthy. People that are dependable. But it took a long process, but I did find people. You understand? I may also not be able to be like before, throw it in the open, tell you everything. No. But I go one step at a time, one day at a time. I no longer label you. I listen to you and try and understand the place where you come from. You understand? There are people that don't like being bothered. Yeah, there are people that pretend to like being bothered. You understand? Then there are people that actually can accommodate bothering. So yes, how I coped and how I came out of it was I had to let go. I had to talk to myself, ask myself some questions that trace to what this person did to me. Would I do that to somebody? Am I that kind of person? Certainly, if I'm not that kind of person, I can't be the only one in the world who is not that kind of person. There are definitely people that are not like that. So understanding the place of the incident, you understand, coming to terms with the incident, forgiving the incident, you understand, moving forward and letting people walk in again to show you that, oh, not everybody's like this. So we too, we have a community where you can talk to us. So thank you, sister.
It's like, okay, so I'll just add something because I feel like she's coming more of like the friendship places, and for me, like, it had to do like family. But I feel like Love, like, you can relate to this part, but it's fine. Let me just say mine because
I can't. But I feel like my own was not as deep
as mine,
as yours. So I feel like yours is better to share. My own will be that deep.
I felt pretty left out. I felt pretty uncared for, and I felt that no one really wants to listen to me, especially like family and all those stuff. So there are so many things. It's really long because it's really long growing up, having people around. There were experiences that I experienced, even from my mom's sister, like a whole lot of things up till today. And I've realized, let's thank God for self-awareness that those things hinder, like trauma kind of like hinders. It's almost like a stumbling block, or it's almost like a smoke screen for you to actually just see the world like that is not really all there is, because it's almost like in your head it's like in our head, we feel like our head is like the whole universe.
Yes.
Whatever you think in your head is actually what applies to the real life.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not everything. So yeah, that's it. Like, you're not alone. There's nothing that you're going through that someone else hasn't gone through. And we're not trying to downplay your feelings or what you're going through, but it's almost like generalizing that pain, that you're not alone. And if other people have gone through that and they've been able to cope with it, then you should be able to fight it. Because if your mind is against you, or if you cannot train your mind, I feel like that's a very detrimental way to live your life.
I also think that a major way to fight it is finding a place of consolation. There's a place of consolation for everybody.
Or should we say fight? Is fight the right word, or manage?
Manage. Let's not use the word fight. Let's say manage. But you have to find a place of consolation. A place of consolation necessarily isn't in a human. A place of consolation can even be the books of apology. You understand? You read it, you realize that, oh, it speaks a lot to me. How did that person overcome it? Yeah, this is your place of consolation. Knowing that somebody else has gone through it and has come out of it, it's a place of consolation for somebody. Do you understand me? Also, people are places of consolation, but you've got to find the right one.
I'm very careful.
And be very careful. Just make sure that whatever you are saying, if it doesn't work out fine, after you've healed, it doesn't haunt you. You know, there are people you tell things flimsily that hurts you at the end of the day, because you were not ready for the outcome. You were just talking. So make sure that when you find the person you feel should be your consolation, when you heal up, just be on your feet in a way that, you know, people change. People are not always the same. When you meet them, at the end of the day, they may not be the same. Sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes it just happens. You understand? Try not to play excuses for yourself. In your place of consolation, just always make sure that, I'm healing from a trauma. Because actually, sometimes the person can be your healing at that moment. Doesn't mean that the person was meant to be there. It was just meant to be at that moment. You understand? To help you heal up. And once you're healed up and standing, make sure that the person is not still holding you by two strings. You're standing, you're okay. So that when the person wakes up and say, you know what, I think you're okay, you're fine. You understand? You can now be, I can now be. You don't begin to say...
But then, like, you know, like this thing you're saying, because I feel like if I'm the one listening and then I hear this, I would actually have questions. So, like, when you said this now, I'm now thinking, like, because you're like, somebody can be your healing for that time. You know, there's this popular saying that they say hurt people, because when you're hurt, that means you're trying to heal. And they're like, hurt people. And, like, they're toxic people, because I used to have a friend. Before she was my friend, that was that time Daddy had this problem, and then I had to go and stay in her house. So, like, I never used to have mood swings, but I noticed after staying in her place, like that, when we became so close that we're actually living together, and I started developing my own mood swings. So, like, how, like, is like, how can you heal without hurting someone that is trying to help you heal?
Okay, how can you heal without hurting someone
that's trying to help
you heal? Now, two hurt people can be in the same circumstance. That's one. One person has to be hurt and the other person is not. When two of you are hurt and in the same place, you think that you are both healing. You are not.
They're hurting the most.
You are hurting the most. When two of you leave yourselves, you will find out that, oh my God, more damage was done than when I came. So you have to know that this person I'm going to meet now is not hurt, has a stable mind, and I can feed off her.
But then how will you now not hurt that same person?
Now, when you are healing, see, this is the responsibility I always tell people that they come with when you have a friend or when you have family or something. Because now, let me no longer narrow it down to friendship. Let me build the center. Right? Family, friends, relationship, whatever. These are the things you are supposed to know. When you want to help somebody heal, know that they are going to hurt you.
Okay.
understand it. Like now, you're my cousin. I know that you're coming out of something. I know I'm your healing place. And I'm like, you will not hurt me. You will hurt me. There are days your trauma will trigger things. I should expect it. I have to welcome it. Do you understand me? Now, that is why I say, if you cannot help someone heal, do not. Don't welcome them. Do you get me? Somebody who has been bruised and brutalized by someone else, or someone who has been raped, broken. She's coming to you for aid. She's going to wake you up in the middle of the night and yell at you, don't touch me, stop touching me. It is what she's going to do. Doesn't mean that that's how she sees you. Those are the nightmares, those are the things that come after.
Understanding becomes your responsibility.
Yes, it's your responsibility to understand when she breaks all your plates, when she shatters, when she scatters your screens. It's your responsibility to what? Understand. So if you cannot enter that sphere, don't welcome somebody to heal. Do you understand me? It is not your duty. Trust me, you don't know what you're doing. You're trying to. Most times when you're done shattering things, you lie on the same chest and cry and sleep. So in your mind, you expect that she understood what just happened. She's going to break you the more when she doesn't understand. When you wake up from that sleep and she's telling you, why'd you break all my plates? Do you understand? No. So when you walk into somebody, that's why I said that person has to have a clear mind, a pure soul, and be ready for what's coming. Yeah, it's a fight situation. If she's saying, oh, I'm not going to let you go until you heal, it's a fight situation. Do you understand me? So even in families, when you rely, most days, this time in our generations, I hope that we moms do a whole lot better than our mothers, because I feel like we have seen a lot. We have been through a lot in the family setting that we felt our mothers or our fathers should have taken wholesome responsibilities of, because we know that there were times we came to lean on the shoulder wasn't there, the shoulder was backing at us, and we would run outside and lean on another person, and then get damaged and come back home to get yelled at for being damaged. But man, I came to lie on your shoulder and tell you that, Mom, see what's going on. You backed at me and I left, and there was a ready shoulder that wasn't appropriate that I had to lean on, and it damaged me. And where will I come back to? I have to come home.
True.
Do you understand me? So weigh these situations. I hope that we be a better moms, that when your daughter comes to me and says, Mother, there's somebody holding my waist inappropriately, you don't go, oh, it's because of what you are wearing up and down. It's because of, no. You tell her, it is wrong that he holds your waist. Yell at him, back at him, shout at him, show me who he is. Do you understand? Put the confidence in your daughter that, oh, I can punch a man in his sack bag because he touched me inappropriately. Do you understand? And your mother tells you it is inappropriate for a man to lay his hands on you. If he does that, it is not love. You run away, you take off, you fight him, and you come back home. Don't make your daughters feel like marriage is serene. It is not. Do you understand me? When a man lays his hands on you, it's not love. Come back home. Don't die. Do you see, every place has a place of trauma, has what you witness, and you are like, oh, you have some women that take it. You understand? Because they feel, I can't go home. I'm too ashamed. My mother will be ashamed. Not that she will be ashamed. She has no shame.
Be ashamed, yeah.
My parents will be ashamed. They'll be saying how people be asking them questions. Why is your daughter at home? Why is she walking around? The marriage no work again. Now those are the fears of people that are close to you. They no longer consider you and how you feel. Meanwhile, it's about you. So when you find a person, the person has to understand, yes, it's about her. It's not about me. It's not about how I'm feeling. Because trust me, when she's okay, we are okay. She won't be behaving like this when she's okay. Do you understand me? And also you too, when you want to find a place, make sure you don't find a toxic place. A toxic place will only damage you the more. It won't heal you. It will make you find comfortability where you are damaged. You'll now be okay here. You'll feel like, oh, it's okay to be damaged. there's no need to, go outside. It's just fine to be damaged. And when people now come across you, they get damaged. So what do people do? Run from you. And when you don't see people around you anymore, you say, hey, they don't like me, or whatever. That's what we always end up, whatever. I'm gonna be fine, but then you're not. So
oh my God, this is like plenty word. So we've come to the end of this podcast.
No.
True now. So like, as she introduced herself earlier, she's an amazing artist. So as always, I'll definitely share her handle. You can connect with her. She sings beautifully well.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Sings beautifully well. And thank you so much for joining me on my podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm coming back again. Podcast is so
I'll
sweet.
be you. So thank you guys for listening to, and thanks for sharing. Oh my God, my numbers have been going up. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. I know that like I've actually even missed solo podcasting. Imagine when I started at first, I said I was only going to be doing it solo, but yeah, I'm really happy that I'm actually on this journey, and positively, I think it has been helping me, because sitting down talking to people is almost like me. I'm indirectly like meeting people and sharing my own experience. So I always say I'm happy for this podcast. Bye.